What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Keeta today. Keeta, the cheetah, KTA, USD. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. It's the second day of February. Here we are at about 27 cents with 6.5 hours left in the day. We're up 10%. We're seeing a little bit of volatility over the past couple of days. I do think KTA is at a prime area to buy, and it did go lower than expected. Doesn't that sound familiar with all these other cryptos? It went lower than expected, but we were pretty prepared. I think out of every crypto that we've talked about, nobody but the KTA community was probably more prepared for this drop, right? I sold here. I made a public announcement that I sold here. I also came out and said this is a fake high. We're probably going to drop. We're going to go below 27 cents. I was very confident in that. I did not think that we'd go to 22 cents. I'm not pretending that we got this right, but it worked out in our favor, right? We were really expecting this 25.6 to 24.5 cent area. Going as low as 22 cents. I mean, we did pretty damn good. We did pretty damn good. I didn't buy the low. I wish I did. But I am buying some down here, and I am looking to buy more if we do drop back below 26 cents again. I would definitely buy some more KTA. But being up 10% today is nice. It's definitely nice. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit more volatility before moving up. But let's get into the short-term stuff, and then we'll go from there. Of course, overall, I very much do believe that what we're seeing here is a very nice rounded bottom. I'm not drawing it well at all. Very nice rounded bottom behavior, and we should see a very big snap. A very big move is coming for KTA. Maybe by the end of this month of February, if not sometime in March. But I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of February we were back up above like 50 to 60 cents. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised at all. Let's get into the short-term stuff, and then we'll go from there, okay? 1 hour time frame, looking at this. And I hope everybody's doing well. The KTA people, what I love is how much of a stance we took on KTA a few weeks ago. And then how this was one of the only cryptos that we were expecting a very big drop for. So hopefully a lot of you, if you've been looking at KTA, eyeballing KTA, maybe you sold when I sold and I didn't announce that I bought back in, you're just hopefully in a much better position to buy KTA or other cryptos that you might have had your eyes on. It's good to have some dry powder. I know that not everybody does right now. I know a lot of people are probably involved in the markets and they're selling for a loss. It's unfortunate, but you know, the KTA people, hopefully you've got a little bit more abundance here. 27.3 cents. Looking at this on the 1 hour chart, you do have a bit of a double top on the RSI. I don't know if I like that. Finding resistance here as well. Let's look at this with some volume on Coinbase. Okay. Not a whole lot of volume. You don't really need volume here. You just need it when you break out. I don't know if I mind this. I don't know if I mind. It's still 29 minutes left in this hour. I don't know if I mind this at all. I don't expect that we'd go below this low here, so that's at like 23.6 cents. We could come back down to about 26 cents, 25.5 cents maybe. Maybe at the worst like 24.5 cents, but I don't think we go below there. Stochastics, MACD, everything looks good. Might not get a chance to buy below 26 cents again. Finding resistance here, it kind of looks like a setup for a ascending triangle, right? Kind of. So again, if we come down, maybe we find support here like 24.5 cents at the lowest, something like that, maybe. And then sometime this week on Wednesday we break out. But we should be moving higher. That looks good, guys. 4 hour time frame, looking at the RSI, we have broken out of our downtrend that you had, right? Had a nice little lower low, lower high kind of dynamic there. We've broken out of that. Or maybe it stretches back here. Maybe it stretches back here. Maybe actually we haven't broken out of it. Maybe we still are in this kind of lower low, lower high dynamic. Something like that. Maybe we are. But that's okay. The RSI here, pretty neutral. Not bad. Stochastics look bullish. The MACD had some bullish divergence. No, you didn't have bullish divergence, but you're crossed up now. I wouldn't think that we just break through this in one fell swoop. Maybe we do, maybe we don't, but probably sometime this week, guys. Yeah. Today's Monday. I would think Wednesday or Thursday, maybe Friday at the latest, but we should be breaking out of this zone, and in which case we should be seeing prices back at anywhere from like 31 to 38 cents, somewhere in this zone here, probably. Daily time frame, looking at this here. The daily RSI is bouncing off the 40. That's a nice look, actually, right there. You do have lower lows on the price. You kind of have a lower low here on the RSI with a higher low in the price. It's not hidden bullish divergence, but still you're at this low point here in your price where you were back here. And we came all the way up. I would think that this next attempt up does break us out. Stochastics bouncing right off the oversold zone. Love to see that. MACD is still bullish overall. I mean, on a daily perspective, you look really good for KTA. And again, we look at this not on the Coinbase chart, but on this chart here. I mean, it's just abundantly obvious, right, that we've got this kind of curved structure here, which is really nice. And again, this kind of curved structure typically is met with a stab to the upside. When I say a stab, I mean I'm drawing it like this for a reason. Maybe it's not one day. Maybe it is just one day where you move up like this. But it's going to be, maybe it's a 5-day experience. I don't know. But it's going to be a very quick move up. Likely from here, just assuming that, this is our point of resistance at which we need to break. Hold on real quick, you guys. Hold on. So we're finding resistance here. When we break above there, I highly doubt that we're going to stop just above there, right? Like I highly doubt that we're going to stop at our first level of resistance. It could happen, and maybe we find a little bit of volatility, right? Maybe we find a little bit of volatility, but I doubt we stop here, right? That's what I'm saying. I don't think that we stop here for a long time. I don't think that we're going to be consolidating in this range for a long time before breaking out. If we move up here, maybe we find a little short-term volatility, but this should be a checkpoint of various checkpoints that send us to higher prices. I would assume from here, we probably break out and we go to these points of resistance or even above there, okay? So we look at this from a high to a low. High here to a low there. Let's see. The 382 is right there. Go a little bit above the 382. The next area would be the golden ratio. And that's at about 68 to 80 cents, which is just above this high. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if we went there. Prior support, stuff like this, you really get people to FOMO. I mean, imagine a move like this happening in the course of, again, like but by the time it starts to the time it finishes, it'll be like a week's time or less. It might happen all in one day. Imagine the amount of FOMO that's going to happen, or the amount of people who are going to want to buy at any of these levels, but then we take out that high, everybody's going to be FOMOing, and right at the worst possible time, right at the golden ratio, right at prior support, right at prior resistance, right at prior support and resistance here, and support back here, right in this area where it's obvious that we're going to sell off, come back, and then move up higher afterwards. I think that what's going to happen is we're going to go up from here, from 27 cents, by the end of this month of February, up to 68 to 80 cents, somewhere in that zone, and then we should, in March, continue on to new all-time highs. 27.3 cents now, new all-time highs are right around the corner. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but from the all-time high to the low that we had here on November 21st, my expectation personally, I shouldn't take this high. Let's take this high. I go back and forth. The all-time high is a good high to take, but this drop happened from this high. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm going to take this high. It'll give us more conservative targets, right? If I put that there versus here, now the 1272 is all the way up here. So I'm cookie cutting to the downside to be conservative. I'd rather be pleasantly surprised than expecting the world and then getting just shy of that, right? 10x move, $2.83. 10x move to a 22x move at $6.04. Something in that range is what we're expecting. Probably by the end of March, if not sometime in early April. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.